really quickly, I want to show everybody how I calibrate my ESCs. Going through the receiver instead of going through the flight controller. It can be done, but it's kind of a little more tricky to do it that way. But if you plug in your signal wire, your ground wire, and your power wire from your ESC directly into channel 3, and most generally channel 3 is going to be this on your controller. So what we'll do is we'll plug it into channel 3. You'll have to add power to it. I don't have power going from this cable. It looks like it's in there, but I've clipped the pin. Because generally on these builds you don't want to put power going into your flight controller. So I have powered through a separate battery and a adjustable voltage step down right here. And I've got it adjusted to 5 volts. And I've got it plugged in. It doesn't matter what channel you plug it in, as long as you pay attention to what's negative, positive, and your signal. But anyway, the next thing we want to do after we get all that hooked up, you'll want to move your throttle to 100%, okay? And then what we'll want to do is power your transmitter on, and then we'll plug in the receiver. And as soon as I plug in the receiver, since I'm in channel 3, not going through a flight controller, it is automatically giving the 100% signal to the motor to spin up. And that's how you enter your calibration, is when you go to 100%. So we'll plug it in. And I'm sure you didn't hear that, but it beeped as soon as I plugged it in. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to lower my throttle down. And I'll get the camera close so maybe you can hear the tone. And it goes dee dee dee, about like that. And that's how you know when you have your ESCs calibrated. So how to do this, I have a spare Trinity X9 radio laying around and receiver. I just kind of do that to calibrate certain things and do certain things with that. It's kind of what I use to do that. But I have a FreeX over here. And what I would do on this if I was doing it is you have the same thing. You have channel 3, which is your throttle. Pull this pin out, pull the wire out, go into your throttle. And then taking your ESC wire that's coming from whichever motor that you're wanting to calibrate. And this may be getting kind of tricky because you don't have, your wires may not be long enough to go all the way over here. There's 2 options you can do. You can get an extension plug, so you can plug in whatever wire going to here, so you can plug it directly into channel 3. So however you want to do it, it doesn't really matter. As long as you get the wire that's plugged into here going to the motor, which I'm not really sure which one that's going to be. You'll have to chase the wires down to figure out which one of these coming off your ESCs that are right here. This one's going to be the yellow wire with the white, so it would be one of these here. You'll pull whichever one that is that's going to the ESCs, plug it directly into channel 3. When you do that, you'll have to hold your transmitter. When you power it on, you go ahead and plug your battery in, and when you go to power this on, hold your throttle at 100% and turn it on like this, and it should automatically throw a full signal to your ESC, and it should enter into calibration. And then when you bring your throttle back down to 0, it should give you the ending tone into your calibration. I haven't done that on the FreeX, but the principle is exactly the same as what I just showed you, so I hope that helps.